8:45. This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. Here is the news edited by Lakshman Fonseca and read by Indrani Senanayake. The headlines. Sri Lanka detected over 50 patients infected with the Omicron variant of COVID-19. The SLBC commemorates 55 years as a government corporation. A special security sticker will be introduced for locally produced liquor. A state-owned corporation will shortly be introduced to import LP gas. Litrogas says it will release 180,000 cylinders into the market shortly. The walking path at the port city will be vested with the public next week. In foreign news, another pandemic, Florona, the first case recorded in Israel. The Ministry of Health said Sri Lanka has detected over 50 patients infected with the Omicron variant of the coronavirus. Based on the data collected by the University of Sri Jayawardhanapura, 12% of the COVID-19 cases could be of the Omicron variant. The Director of the Health Promotion Bureau, Dr. Ranjit Batuantulava, noted that the situation is currently being monitored. He added, since there is limited data available on the spread of the Omicron variant among the elderly with other complications, there is a significant risk of severe complications or death. Therefore, he urged the public to remain vigilant. The highly infectious COVID-19 variant was reported since the first case of Omicron was detected in an unvaccinated Sri Lankan female who returned from Nigeria on the 3rd of December. According to the latest figures, Sri Lanka has vaccinated nearly 63% of its population and has given 3.7 million booster vaccinations with the Pfizer vaccine. The Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation commemorates 55 years as a government corporation on the 5th of January. To mark the historic occasion, the SLBC has organized an all-night Pirit ceremony on the SLBC premises. It will be broadcast over the Sinhala Swadeshia service and the FM service. Apart from this, other religious activities will be conducted at the Kumaratunga studio, representing all other religions, on the following day. The Excise Department has taken measures to introduce a special security sticker for locally produced liquor. The Commissioner of Excise, Kapila Kumarasinghe, stated, it is introduced to prevent the entry of illicit liquors and to block the entry of illegally imported liquors into the local market. He says the system will also help to collect the relevant taxes due from all local and foreign liquors sold in Sri Lanka. The security sticker will be affixed to every bottle of liquor manufactured locally from the 3rd of January, the Commissioner of Excise added. He said that the stock of unlabelled liquor in the market needed to be depleted before the arrival of the liquor with the security stickers, and a period of 3 months will be given to empty the stocks. The official said he expects this safety sticker on all liquor stocks sold in the entire island to take place on the first day of April 2022. This news comes to you from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.
Sri Lanka Insurance Motor Plus, the best option.
We continue with local news. A state-owned corporation will shortly be introduced to import LP gas. State Minister Dilum Amanugama said the corporation will be administered under the Ministry of Trade. He added there is a monopoly in the trade of LP gas, as there are 2 companies involved in the trade today. In order to break the long-standing trade monopoly, it must initiate at least 5 other companies into the LP gas trade, the State Minister added. Litrogas announces that it will release 180,000 cylinders in the market in the next few weeks, as demand for cooking gas increases in the market. The chairman of the company, Tesara Jayasinghe, told the SLBC its daily filling and distribution activities will take place 24 hours a day due to the high level of demand for Litrogas. The company assured consumers that there will be no further shortage of gas cylinders in the market, as it is taking measures to avoid future interruptions to the supply. He added that the company is trying to import machinery to improve the quality and to speed up the manufacturing process to cover the time spent at the filling stations. The walking path at the port city will be vested with the public next week. The head of the Public Relations Port City Development Project, Kashapa Senaratna, told the SLBC that the public can organise a number of events on the premises. He added it will create more openings for the tourism industry, enabling Sri Lanka to fetch the much-needed foreign currencies. He said Port City Development Project will also create many job opportunities for the Sri Lankan youth. Next, we take a look at the main news story.
In 200 meters, turn left.
This is not just my daily commute. I drive to power my nation's future.
Sri Lanka Insurance Motor Plus introduces specialized motor insurance for you who drive our nation forward. Choose tailor-made insurance solutions, up to 75,000 rupees claim settlements within 3 working hours, exclusive discounts through Motor Plus loyalty rewards, easy and 0% interest payment plans.
Only from Sri Lanka Insurance.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya.
The Mahanayaka theatres of the Asgiriya and Malwathu chapters say the new year is challenging with many issues to be settled. The Mahanayaka of the Asgiriya chapter, the Venerable Warakagoda Jnanaratana Thera, said all Sri Lankans should work collectively to achieve the set goals in the island at this critical juncture. Anunayaka of the Malwatha chapter, the Venerable Dimul Kumbure Sri Vimaladhamma Thera, said that it is a duty of all citizens to work together to rebuild the country from the present situation caused by the pandemic. That was the main news story. Watchlight follows.
The main news story was brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya.
On to Watchlight. Police urge the general public, including shop owners, to be vigilant over the circulation of counterfeit notes during money transactions, especially during the festive season. Police urge the public to inform them on 119 Police Emergency Response Unit or the nearest police station if any persons attempted to exchange counterfeit notes. That was Watchlight. A bulletin of world news will follow. The headlines: another pandemic, Florona, the first case recorded from Israel. At least 12 dead in New Year temple rush in India. Media watchdog says 45 journalists killed in 2021. Israel has reportedly recorded the first case of Florona. Florona is believed to be a double infection of COVID-19 and influenza. The first case of this was recorded in Israel in a pregnant woman who was admitted to give birth. Israeli newspaper Yediot Arnonot reported that the young woman was not vaccinated. The news of Florona comes at a time when the world is battling a new surge of the SARS-CoV-2 pandemic, driven by the new variant Omicron. Dr. Nahal Abdel Wahab, a doctor at Cairo University Hospital, told Israeli media that Florona may indicate a major breakdown of the immunity system as 2 viruses are entering the body at the same time. At least 12 people have been killed and several others injured after a stampede at a Hindu temple in India this morning. Police say it was triggered by an argument between devotees at the shrine of Mata Vaishnaho Devi in Indian-administered Kashmir. Tens of thousands of people usually visit the shrine every day, and it is thought there was a peak in visitors because of the holiday season. Thousands of people had gathered on the first day of the new year at the cave shrine, which is among India's most revered pilgrimage sites. The authorities had capped the number of visitors per day to 25,000 due to the pandemic. Reports said almost twice the permitted number of devotees had gathered at the site, located near the town of Katra. A total of 45 journalists were killed worldwide in 2021, the International Federation of Journalists IFJ says, adding it was one of the lowest death tolls it had recorded for any year. The toll included 9 in Afghanistan, the highest number suffered by a single country, 8 in Mexico, 4 in India and 3 in Pakistan. The IFJ added that media workers more often than not are killed for exposing corruption, crime and abuse of power in their community, cities and countries. Looking at the tally regionally, Asia Pacific was the deadliest with 20 killings. The Americas followed as the second deadliest with 10. In third place was Africa with 8. To end this bulletin of world news, the headlines again. Another pandemic, Florona, the first case recorded in Israel. At least 12 dead in New Year temple rush in India. Media watchdog says 45 journalists killed in 2021. That ends this bulletin of world news. Development news follows.
Development news is brought to you by Let's take coal out of the coconut tree and make the island thriving and prosperous. Call our hotline 1928. WhatsApp 070 400 1928.
State Minister Vimalavira Dissanayake says an efficient and innovative program is to be implemented to meet the human-elephant conflict. He said 5,000 youth will be recruited to safeguard the electric fences and several other measures will also be taken to settle this long-standing issue. Officials say with the degradation of forests and the shrinking of habitats, human-elephant conflicts are rising in the north-central, central and many parts of the country. They added, villagers are being killed by wild elephants, and elephants, including tuskers, are dying from diverse causes due to the conflict. That was development news. A look at sports news next.
Development news was brought to you by the coconut tree is well grown in almost all the parts of the island. It is an exceptional source of extra income. The shell, the husk and almost all the parts of the coconut tree makes you money, providing you with an excellent extra source of income. It will also help to nourish the economy of the country. You will be guided with all necessary informations regarding the coconut cultivation, with the novel cultivation techniques and all other related and upgraded informations by the Coconut Research Institute, Lunavilla. Call our hotline 1928. WhatsApp 070 400 1928.
On to sports news. England cricket teams have become accustomed to being forcefully disintegrated by the tour of Australia. For the 5th time in 6 tours, they have lost at the earliest available opportunity, this time in record-breakingly swift action. No team ever lost more tests in a calendar year than the 9 defeats suffered by England in 2021. England began the year with 3 wins, 2 in Sri Lanka, followed by a stunning triumph in the first test in India, just the second test victory by a visiting team there since 2012. That was England's 6th successive away victory, a feat not achieved by them since Sidney Barnes was in his wily pomp before World War I. England have added 1 win and 9 losses in their 12 tests since equaling Bangladesh's 9 test defeats in 2013. Only once have England lost more than 9 in a 12-test sequence, lost 10 in 12 between January 1993 and March 1994. That was sports news. Business news is next.
Cash through NSP globally and win wonderful gifts locally. From October 1st, 2021 to December 31st, 2022. Remit a minimum of $100 or an equivalent amount in any foreign currency 3 times through NSP U Trust.
Business news sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
The most recent and ultra-modern sanitary ware and ceramic trading company and distributor, Puak Aramba Group of Companies, laid the foundation stone for a state-of-the-art ceramic manufacturing plant recently at Baduralia. The company, named TPS Ceramic Industries Private Limited, aims to become a formidable player and join other local players to double the domestic ceramic production. The ambitious project is estimated to cost 4 billion rupees and is scheduled to create over 400 direct job opportunities. That was business news. Economic news is next.
Business news, sponsored by
Cash through NSP globally and win wonderful gifts locally. Will you be the lucky winner of the NSP Golden Jubilee? 50 gold sovereigns for the top prize winner of the NSP Golden Jubilee. Scooters for the 10 second prize winners. iPhones for the 10 third prize winners. Mountain bikes for the 29 fourth prize winners. From October 1st, 2021 to December 31st, 2022. Remit a minimum of $100 or an equivalent amount in any foreign currency 3 times through NSB U Trust.
Economic news, courtesy of...
Saving money isn't easy when you have responsibility. That's why we promise to give you the best returns and guarantee on your investment. LOLC Finance Fixed Deposits. Maximize your savings. LOLC Finance PLC, incorporated on the 13th of December 2001, is rated SLA stable by ICRA Lanka Limited and is licensed by the Monetary Board of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka under the Finance Business Act number 42 of 2011.
The central bank yesterday issued fresh instructions to be followed by licensed commercial banks and the National Savings Bank when determining what the maximum interest rates on foreign currency denomination deposits would be, effective from yesterday. According to the guidelines, banks are required to offer a maximum of 5% or average one-year Treasury bill yield determined at auctions during the last calendar month of the previous quarter, less 150 basic points for deposits carrying maturity of 1 year or below. That was economic news. Finally, a look at the weather report.
I bought my daughter a laptop for her work by managing my finances. Whatever the expenses may be, I can't afford to miss out on life's special moments like her birthday or our anniversary. So you need to invest to make your family's future flourish.
Saving money isn't easy when you have responsibilities. That's why we promise to give you the best returns on your investment. LOLC Finance Fixed Deposits. Maximize your savings. LOLC Finance PLC, incorporated on the 13th of December 2001, is rated SLA stable by ICRA Lanka Limited and is licensed by the Monetary Board of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka under the Finance Business Act number 42 of 2011.
A look at the weather report. The Met Department says several spells of showers will occur in the northern, north central, eastern and Uva provinces and in the Matale, Nuwara and Hambantota districts. Showers or thunder showers will occur at several places in the western and Sabaragama provinces and in the Galle and Matara districts during the evening or at night. Fairly strong winds, about 40 kilometers per hour, are expected over the northern and north central provinces and the Hambantota district. The sea areas off the coasts extending from Mannar to Negombo via Puttalam and Matara to Potthawil via Hambantota can be fairly rough at times. The other sea areas around the island may be moderate at times. Temporary strong gusty winds and rough seas can be expected during thunder showers, the department added. That was the weather report. To end tonight's news broadcast, we take a look at the headlines again. Sri Lanka detected over 50 patients infected with the Omicron variant of COVID-19. The SLBC commemorates 55 years as a government corporation. A special security sticker will be introduced for locally produced liquor. A state-owned corporation will shortly be introduced to import LP gas. Litrogas says it will release 180,000 cylinders into the market shortly. The walking path at the port city will be vested with the public next week. And in foreign news, another pandemic, Florona, the first case recorded in Israel. That ends tonight's news broadcast.